Jobs you had growing up. I know you mentioned male entertainer, which I want to talk to you about. But jobs you had growing up, if any.
Shit, man. I done worked at Target, overnight stocking. I've done lawn care work, cleaning beach houses, telemarketing jobs. Everybody in VA done telemarketing jobs. Shucks, man. Then, like I said, male entertainer, man. That was pretty much half of the saga right there, like half of me. That's what I was doing, man. It was lovely.
Yeah, I was just everywhere. Like I said, I'm impatient, so I'll get in a job, feel like, oh, this is not going nowhere. On to the next. I mean, my grandpa owns a subcontracting company, so growing up, I spent a lot of time working with him over the summer. And then my first actual real job was of course McDonald's, which that lasted a few weeks, and then it was just kind of bouncing around. Then I got into sales, which I ended up being pretty decent at, and I just been kind of riding it out with sales.
You quit these jobs. You got fired from these jobs. How did these jobs come about?
I mean, I pretty much quit. Being honest, I mean, some jobs, like I've tried serving before. I mean, the list goes on, really. And some days I guess that's where my mother's genes come into play. Some days I just woke up and was like, this is not going nowhere.
My last job, I got fired.
Time to move on.
I got fired. I don't think I should have, but I got fired, Got into it with a supervisor. Where I was working at, it was mainly like women. So, and it was probably like 6 guys. And they just took their authority, they took it a little too serious. They took it a little too serious, and one day I got into it with the supervisor. She pulled me to her office. She told me to come to her office. So I walked to her office, and she see me coming. And just when I get to the door, she slams the door directly in my face. The door tapped my nose. So after that, I just blacked out, and all I remember was them telling me to get out the building, and that was it.
Yeah, so now I just walked out.
Yeah.
That was the male entertaining job?
Oh no, man, that was the telemarketing. I didn't get kicked out of male entertaining now. I chose to stop that because I entered that at a young age, and I think I pretty much then seen and learned every much I needed to learn from that. So it was time for me to do something better. Music is what I really love and that's my passion. So that's what I really wanted to pursue. So that's why I hung up my dancing shoes. But I ain't get kicked out. The game still needs me.
Male entertaining, that's stripping.
Yes, sir.
Basically.
Now, why admit that, especially with dealing with rap, hip-hop music?
Because I don't care. I mean, what's wrong with me admitting that? I've got money. I was doing 2 things that men love. I was around money and women. Who wouldn't want to be around money, make money, at the same time while being around
a whole bunch of women.
I dance for 15 minutes and can walk off the floor with over, listen. Why would I be ashamed to tell them that?
Well, the reason why I ask is because we've all seen people diss the game, the rapper The Game, and one of their low blows, I guess, at the game is always the picture of him in the male thong situation.
Hey, see, you know what?
And they always make fun of him for that.
See, I don't know what I can't speak on the homie Game. Shout out to the Game, but I can't speak on him. I know what I was doing. I was entertaining. So if somebody was to use that as a jab, it'd be like, yeah, Pa was probably dancing for your baby mama or your mom's, or maybe your grandma, your auntie, Yeah, that's what I was doing. So, yeah, come on, bring it. I'm comfortable with my sexuality, So I don't have a problem. That's what it was.
I mean, even still, because, I did it for a little while. It wasn't really my cup of tea, but it's more to it than what the average person would think. Yeah, it's actually entertaining.
Yeah.
You have to put on a show. You have to keep the crowd's attention. To me, it's almost similar to rapping because you're on the stage anyways. All eyes on you. You got to,
True. And it's just a room full of women. A room full of women. Throwing money at you. Need I say more?
And how long were you doing that for?
I'm gonna say 8 years.
8 years.
8 years, bro.
And why stop?
Bro,
Progression,
man. And then my family, you know, my kids. I have daughters, so you know they're getting older. You know, so I want to be able to set a perfect example. So, like I said, certain things had to cut out. And music, I've been pointing that direction. I kept on dodging it, but it's like now it's time to get serious with it.
Now, any crazy stories dealing with any of those jobs you mentioned? You mentioned a variety of jobs. Anything out of the norm?
I think you want to hear one of them crazy stripper stories. That's what
I mean, I can't really get in detail on all of that, but we had some wild times.
Did you guys work together?
Man, I didn't work with this guy. Like, I ran into him a couple of times. He was trying out when I was in my prime. You know, I ran past him. Hey, how you doing? You know, I'm just playing.
Yeah,
I knew him. But
right.
What's an interesting story is, I had a menage 3. That was me and 3 chicks. I had a menage 3, dog.
In the club?
No. It was at the shorty. It was a girl I knew. It was her. It was her crib. She had her peoples down from New York or whatever. She told me to come over. I came over. You know, one thing led to another. The next down there was all 3 of them on me. So it was like, that was progression. That was the craziest thing I'd ever experienced.
That was related to the job?
Yeah, man.
How?
I
mean, cause then you also gotta think about it, like you showing up at somebody's house sometimes, you know, and putting on a show, you know. That does something. That does something to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not just working at a club.
No, man. You get private events, you get shows out of town. I was getting flown out of town. I done been everywhere, man.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, man.
I was under the impression it was actually at a club.
It's a real job, man. The only thing that's missing is the benefits. If it had benefits, it would be dope.
401k?
Yes, sir. It would be dope.